Hey everyone, it's Andrea Logan here. Welcome to another week of my first year on T. I first came out as transgender 4 years ago. At the moment, most of my friends, relatives, and a few of my colleagues know about my transition. I currently don't have a proper job. I have a couple of summer jobs. Until last season, I decided not to say anything to my bosses and most of my colleagues because I didn't know what their reactions might be, and I needed the money, so I didn't want to risk my position. Now that I've started hormones, it's my intention to go and talk to my employers in the next few weeks so that I know in advance if I'm still going to have those jobs next summer. I don't know what to expect, and I wish I didn't have to do it, but I have to. I guess there's no way around it. So when you're planning to come out to someone new, I think you have to consider a few points in order to do it in the most painless way possible. First of all, you have to choose the form of interaction you are the most comfortable with. There are people who are more comfortable with talking face to face, others who prefer writing or recording a video, and so on. There are many ways. I think there's no best or right way to do it. There's only the best way for you. Second point, you have to consider who you are going to talk to and what kind of communication they might prefer. I think you should always try to make the other person feel at ease. This way they're probably going to be, better inclined to hear whatever you have to say. Third thing to consider, the person you're going to talk to might not know what being transgender means, or even worse, they might have wrong ideas or biases about it. While I think you have no obligation to, educate anyone on the topic, I also think that sometimes you have to consider being ready to explain a little bit more about what it means, what you're going through. So personally, I have come out to people in a lot of different ways. I've written 3 pages long letters on paper, long messages. Sometimes I've probably been too overwhelming. It's funny how sometimes all I got in return was something like, "Oh, okay, no problem, it's okay." Anyway, I usually write only as an introduction to the topic, to the conversation, either because I'm talking to people I don't see that often, or because I'm not that good at starting this kind of conversations so in person. So I prefer to have them read first and then we can talk about it. It all depends on the situation, at least for me. I also went the opposite way and told them in the most direct, even if not so accurate way, like, okay, here's the thing, I'm changing sex. And I recently did it with one of my relatives because we didn't have much time. Then he asked me questions and we talked about it more in detail anyway. So I think you have to find the best way to do it. But my number one advice is this: never say it in a way that shows you feel like you're doing something wrong or you are wrong in any way, because that's not true. The moment you treat your being transgender as something negative, you are allowing the other person to do the same. I had my second injection yesterday, so I'm officially 1 month on T. I haven't noticed any significant change. Sometimes I get the feeling that my voice has lowered a little bit, but listening to my recordings, I don't really hear much of a difference. I've noticed lots of night sweats, some bottom growth, some more spots than usual on my face and other parts of my body, strange cramps in my abdomen sometimes, headaches, and a few moments of totally random irritability, which I hope won't come back very easily because it was awful. I hope by my third shot I'm going to have something more interesting and positive to say. But for now, this is it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as usual, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a nice week.